Hi guys, welcome to Flash Fact. Today we're going to take a second look at the Supercharges. And in this case, I'm going to use my friend Le Fantôme, or aka the Phantom, in order to be able to show you a trick or two with the Supercharges. Also, the Phantom has a Supercharge that's specific to the Gadget power. Essentially, it's what is known as a battle drone. I'll show you. Essentially, there's one supercharge that's a battle drone, where essentially you summon a little, as the name says, a little robot that will follow you around and will attack your enemies. It does a few things. It'll also like give you back some power, which is kind of useful sometimes. The other supercharge of the gadget is the Bunker Buster. Essentially, it calls down a bunch of rockets from the sky, which targets your enemies. I will show you in just a minute. And the other two supercharges that the gadget has is asphyxiation gas. Essentially, you drop a small gas canister that projects a bunch of gas that chokes your enemies. And there's the anesthetic, which essentially prevent a bit of damage and regenerate the health of your character, and also it protects against certain control effects. And there's also one other supercharge that I failed to mention. It's Word of Power. It's an iconic supercharge. You have to go into the iconic powers. It's an iconic supercharge that anyone can take. And essentially, it calls a lightning that stuns your enemies, that will heal yourself, and that will restore power over time to you and up to 7 of your group members. Essentially, to all your group, to yourself and all your group. It also has some power interaction with electric powers, so that's a bit of a plus. And also, the Gadget have something, not just Gadget, other roles have that too. But Gadget is one of those. There's Gadget who has that. There's Mantle as electricity, as invisibility, as opposed to Gadget. For Gadget, it's essentially the stealth power. What the stealth power does is that it gives you essentially another loadout. It's quite that simple. If you go into your loadouts, you will see that you have your let's say control loadout, you have your damage loadout, which is the loadout you'll use most of the time, and you have a stealth loadout. Essentially, on that stealth loadout, you could have all the supercharges you want. Usually, I suggest to people to take one supercharge, which is usually what you really need. But let's say you want to have different supercharges for a different situation. You can use your stealth loadout in order to do that. And then from your stealth loadout, we'll show you the Bunker Buster. It's one of the fun ones. So essentially, if I use the Bunker Buster, and there we go. And it used up about half of the supercharge. So if I go back to my loadout, so essentially the Word of Power is a 50% supercharge. The asphyxiation gas also 50%. The Bunker Buster also 50%, which means you can cast them twice when your supercharge bar is full. And the anesthetic is a 35% charge, so you can use that one a bit more. And there's also the battle drone, which is also a 35% charge. So I will show you what the battle drone does. It's quite literally, it summons a little drone that will follow you around, that will attack enemies, as you can see. It will attack enemies, it will give back some power, and lots of good stuff. And as you can see, it sticks around for quite a bit. And there it's gone. You could see in the loadout where the drone is, you could actually see the cooldown of how long the drone actually lasts. And as usual, as you can see, as I'm attacking the enemies, you can see my my supercharge fill up, either in the top corner, top left corner, or to the bottom for the drone. So as you can see, it's ready now for the battle drone. But if I go to my stealth mode, sadly, I don't have enough supercharge yet for my all my 50% supercharges. So I'm going to refill it to 50% just to show you the word of power. The anesthetic essentially just heals your character, so there's no real reason to actually show it. So as you can see, one of the fun things of dual pistols, you can attack multiple opponents at once. And the full auto attack is always fun. So we should be almost there. Okay, so that should be good. So let's go back to stealth mode. So again, you can see once you go into stealth mode, now we have at least 50%. Our supercharge bar is filled more than 50%. So now we have access to all our supercharges, the 35% ones, obviously, and the 50% one also. So let's use Word of Power just to show you what it does. So there it goes. Essentially, it just did summon some lightning. It has some lightning effects. And it should heal yourself, and it should give power to yourself and your group as you use it. So again, so the trick, essentially you could have, using stealth, you can have as many superchargers as you want. Since you can have multiple, you have access to multiple loadouts. So on your stealth loadout, you can have 2, 3, 5, as many superchargers as you want. The only thing is that if you can see, like I have the battle drone here, but I don't have it on my stealth supercharge, on my stealth loadout. The reason for that is quite simple. For some reason, I cannot. The game doesn't allow us to put the drone on the stealth loadout. Look, so you can see down here all the powers I have access to for my stealth loadout. And sadly, the drone isn't one of them. So there's plenty of other powers to choose from. But let's say you wanted to have the drone, you have no choice but to put it on your main loadout. Sure, you have another loadout with the control role, so you could have some supercharges there too if you wanted to. The problem with that is that you cannot. You can use stealth in battle. You cannot switch role in battle. So if you're in combat and you try to switch role, you cannot change role in combat. So your stealth ability allows you to have access to another loadout. You could always change armories, but again, the cooldown for the armory makes that a limited option. So you could do that only once in the fight. As if with the stealth ability, you can do that as many times as your cooldown cools down. So that was pretty much it for Supercharge for today. So I may do another one about various other aspects of the Superchargers. I'm gonna have to think about it some more. But I guess that's it for now. So hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.